Hello. This is just a quick warning for my few subscribers and people that keep up with my content. I'll be talking to you guys a little bit more about the subject that I'm going to talk about in this video, so do stick around. Thank you. Hello, my name is Dr. Shambles, and today I have kind of a sad video. I have no idea, so I'll just try to be as quick as I can about it. So the idea of this video was to kind of show people that Red Purple Law has many strategies, and this was kind of to answer all the comments about, oh, should I run this tech card or that tech card, or should I try to make this kind of build on the deck. And I kept answering to all these people like, you should go for it. And Red Purple Law has so many styles that just use the one that suits you the most, and this is true. And the idea of this video was for me to try and use this. This is not the deck list I used. This is after many attempts, so to speak. So this is just me adapting as I go. So yeah, don't look at this at all. But I'll go through a bit of it in a bit. But the idea was for me to try a slower Red Purple Law strategy and to show you guys that it is possible. But here's the thing, I love my strategy so much and too much now. I did not adapt at all. I did not adapt well to this. So yeah, I'll just be going over a little bit and I'll show you replays. By the way, the replays you guys are about to see are the very first replays when I picked up the deck. And just to tell you guys a little bit, the reason why you don't see later matchups, it's because I did not get better. I actually got worse because I was starting to just get annoyed because I did not like the strategy at all. So instead of saying in this video that the Red Purple Law, many strategies on Red Purple Law work, I'll keep this video like this. If a Red Purple Law strategy works for you, don't change it. Don't change it. Don't try to play wherever the other guys are playing. You know, you can use my videos for some inspiration, as I use many on YouTube. But yeah, as you can see, my deck list from here, you guys are seeing that I was slowly going back to my deck list. So yeah, if the deck list works for me, I should just stick with it. That's just it. So yeah. So the message of this video is that one. A bit more to I'll be shouting out some comments about this at the end. But yeah, so I'll just go over this as quick as I can. First of all, ulti and page 1 combo, there are many people who like this. It was the part that I hated the most. Because the idea of a slower Red Purple Law build is so that the strength of Red Purple Law is early and mid game. And he kind of just falls off and dies on late mid game and late game. And so this idea of building a slower Red Purple Law strategy was so I did not have to use as much of my leader ability. And then on late game, I kind of start using it a bit more so I can finish the game, right? As I always do. And that created some complications with the deck building as far as of space. And I just want to shout out this combo because I hate it. It was the part I most hated about trying to make this strategy work for me. So the ulti page 1 combo is super simple. You have ulti, which is a 2k counter, and you have page 1, which is a 1k counter. But if you manage to have both in hand, you can just play ulti, which is a 5k swing, and for 1 Dawn, you can, by discarding 1 Dawn, you can pull page 1 for free, that is a 6k swing. Now, this in theory is super good, right? That means if I get this early game, it's super nice because I'm just building board faster, and with my leader ability, I'm building board even faster, right? So like you use the combo, you use maybe once your ability, and then you kind of have to control your attacks, and so to speak, to keep the board, and then late game you go for taking away their big bodies and finish game, right? Here's the problem I have. I did not see those two at all, mostly. And here's the thing, if I did try to hold off to ulti to try and see page 1, and I did the same when I saw page 1 and not ulti. What happens is, if you use this as a 2k counter early, which by the way you should, This is just again my experience. So if you find a way to hold on to this to make the combo, great, good for you. But if I use this as a 2k counter, might as well use Otama. As you can see, she's not here because she helps me with the effect and is a 2k counter. And when I see both of them, I use the combo and it does not make as much difference. So yeah, it does not give me as much advantage as I hoped it would. So this is just my experience with this combo specifically, because when I thought of Red Purple Law, this combo came into my mind. I was like, okay, to hold on to my leader ability, to have more done for late game, to use my ability more on late game, I need these two, and I really tried to make this work, and it just did not. Zoro, I depleted him to 2 copies, and I was like, okay, I cannot use 2 copies on such a slower build. I need a 4, so in case I don't see these 2 or anything else, I need the rush. So yeah, it did not work for well. It did not work well for me, man. I could not make it work. And as slowly as the games go, I ended up changing to my strategy, back to my strategy. So I was trying not to use my ability as much on early and mid game and only use it on late game. But if I hold on to my ability so much, they just put me against the ropes. And then when I get to late game, it's already too late to start using my ability. And if I do my ability early and mid game with a slower strategy on Red Purple Law, I don't have as much Storm Regen or power depletion as I'd hope. So yeah, this is my problem with this combo and with the strategy in itself. So what happened is I started going back to my strategy and using my ability early and mid game and not having as much Storm Regen. So I just sabotaged myself, so to speak. So yeah, I just did not like a slow strategy. The idea of it is for you to... So your strength is early in mid game, right? I already told you, and late game you die, and this was supposed to... You could play onto your strengths and compensate for your weaknesses. Nope, I prefer my strategy. Sorry guys. I just prefer to go all out on early mid game, and on late game just try not even have a late game. So yeah. Do keep in mind, the games you're about to see are the only transformative games. At some point I was making misplays after misplays because I was so annoyed. I just could not get my head around this strategy. So the message of the video is, if something works for you on Red Purple Law, you're doing something right, it works for a strategy, don't change it, and go for it. By the way, another card I want to shout out before I go is the Round Table. So the idea was to build as much done as possible for late game, and Round Table comes in as an MVP. Yep, but the 4 costs still hurt me. So yeah, mine, and that's why I took it out and just put the Fire Fists anyway. There you go. Just might as well keep my strategy right if it works for me. But I really wanted to show you guys that you can adapt everything on Red Purple. Red Purple has so many strategies. There are strategies like mine, which are more for early, mid game, for you to abuse early and mid game and try to end game before the late game. And there are strategies, kind of. This is not a good deck list demonstration, where you try to hold on your early mid game, and then on your late game you kind of compensate your weakness by playing cards such as Ulti and Page 1 and Round Table. So yeah, and there are other strategies which play Gum Jet Pistol. So the idea is you use the power depletion cards, right? And instead of using your ability so much, you just have 4 copies of Jet Pistol, which takes away anything pretty much. So yeah, that one I did try it. It works much better than this one. But yeah, this is the idea of the video. Let's go for the gameplay. Thank you so much, and see you in a bit. Okay. Let's go through the replays. Now there's only going to be 2 games against this blue-purple Kaido, because I think you guys already know I hated playing this. But I actually have fun playing against this leader. I've seen him more and more on the sim, and it's a pretty high skill deck, but it's pretty fun to go against. If he plays well, you actually win with this Kaido. But yeah, I think it was the very 2 first games, and I think they are the best demonstrations you guys have. So let's go. So here I see the ulti. I'm like, okay, let's try to hold on to ulti to see if I can get to use the Page 1 combo. He does discard the Page 1. I think on this deck list I still only have 2 Zoros and are already seeing them in my hand. So yeah. This is not letting lives go. Okay, this was kind of a misplay because the idea was to save up Dawn. This is why I think this first match is good, because I was still not used to the feeling of this deck, and I was playing aggressively as I always do. So yeah, that's the reason why I believe this is a good rematch. A good rematch, what? A good replay. Sorry, I'm drinking an energy drink. Sorry if you guys hear it. He's going for Zoro. Completely fine. He got his stage card. I love that stage card. He's very good on Kaido. And he plays... man. So, here you see the ace. I still don't like the ace. Even on this deck list. It just... I don't know, it doesn't work. Because you have... He plays 7 Dawn, right? But with 3 Dawn, you can use a Fire Fist and a Gordon and deplete for 7k. While 7 Dawn on ace, you only deplete 3k. You do have the 7k swing, but it doesn't have rush. And I can just, with the 4 extra Dawns, I can just play a Beppo or whatever a 4 cost I have. I have many. That just helps me more. And on next, since I don't have rush, next turn I can just attach Dawn and have that 7k swing if I need to anyways. So I don't know, man. Ace for me, it's a no-no. And as you can see, I'm still trying to hold on to the ulti. I am playing the Otama on this task list. I get the round table, so it's fine. So I'm gonna have 7 Dawn on next turn. I'm like, okay, maybe I can play the ace, but I cannot take anything away except the king. Sorry, not the king. The who. As you can see, I'm thinking. I'm like, should I? I don't know, man. Maybe this was the only, like, actual time I could use ace. No? Maybe let him swing with king? Give him 2 swings? I don't know, but it would be a 7k swing, so I don't know, man. I don't know how to use ace. Probably my fault. Here I go. I'm like, okay, I'll just make a 6k swing. I was trying to get cards out of hand, but he probably would have taken that. Yep, there you go. I would take that as well. And by the way, Kaido is considered this Kaido specifically, even the pure purple, is considered a non-meta deck. So if I'm struggling with this, imagine Sakazuki or something. He plays the Kaido, the Rush Kaido, here we go. There's the blocker. And there's my Zoro. There's nothing I can do. Makes a 7k swing. Fine, I'll take it, I guess. And here I see the second ulti. I'm like, okay, no page 1, still can't use a combo. Maybe I shouldn't have hold on to the ulti so much. I was trying to get the combo, but anyways. I use this and make a 6k for 5k. He's probably gonna counter out of that. But at this time I was like, there's not much I can do. So here I'm like, okay, let's try to build board at least and take away 1 extra swing, because he could just attach to that body and make a swing for me. And I just decided to make ulti. Maybe I should have hold on to the 2k counters with both ultis, so I could make help against a 9k swing or 8k swing in this case. But I don't think it would have mattered, man. At this time I was alright. He has 2 lives. How can I come back? That's the problem here. And there you go. Not only that, he plays the second Kaido. I already knew, right? This is a replay. I'm like, okay, I lost. I'm just gonna cut right into the second match to not waste you guys' time. And alright, this one is a bit better. This was by the time I was still relaxed about this playstyle and was not annoyed with whatever I was doing. So I was like, okay, I got the feeling now. Let's do a rematch and see how it goes. And let's try not to build as much, not use as much as my ability. So I make a 7k swing. I don't make an 8k swing because I was like, maybe, just maybe, I can get him a 2k. I get the event, that's fine. Because if I make an 8k swing, he's probably just gonna take the life. And I'm like, I'll make a 7k swing because this makes some opponents think, oh wait, maybe I should counter early because it's a 7k swing and it's early pressure. And if I take the life, it's what I'm expecting anyway. So sometimes might as well just make a 7k swing instead of the straight up 8k. Unless you're against Sakazuki, you do want to make that 8k. You need to take that life. If they discard the card for the Lucci play, you're done. Here I'm still not respecting as much as my late game, but I think at this time I'm like, okay, I'm gonna use the effect here to play a Beppo. He does take away the Beppo with the trigger, but the idea was to play a Beppo and then on next turn I play another Beppo and not use my village. Try to hold on to my ability on next turn and not this one. The ace is already on my hand and I have 2 page ones and no ulti. So yeah, I just don't see the combo. I don't know if there was... I know there was a game, I think it was an L where I did do the combo, but it just did not matter at all. Like, I don't know, man, the combo feels so iffy for me, I don't know. I can't use it properly, at least maybe it's my fault of not using it properly. Now he clears all my board and I just do a little search. I take away a queen because I'm like, okay. Normally I don't play 2 queens in a game. I don't know. I feel like that 5 costs, it's better used on a queen and a kid or 2 kids than 2 queens, you know. So yeah, I'll hold on to that Dawn because I'm like, okay, he can play the Kaido Rush. If he plays the Kaido Rush, he does play the Kaido Rush. I do have the red beam, right? Because I'm gonna have to take a life anyway. So he swings with Kaido and I'm like, okay. But then, yeah, there you go. I'm like, fine for me. By me. I'm gonna take this life. I don't use the trigger. I was only playing 2 5-fists, I believe, in this deck list. And 3 round tables. I use my red beam. This was the only time. And I do get the combo. Do I play the combo? I don't remember. I know I was, dude, just looking at myself going through that mouse, I'm like, I was tempting to use the combo just to see how it goes. Probably, yeah, that's probably what was going through my mind. And I have the 7 on for the ace, but again, ace does nothing. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know, I really don't. It's just not for me. The ace and ulti page 1 combo, not for me. Oh, yeah, I'm making a lot of calculations here, and he kind of just says, come on, man, play. But I was thinking very hard, because I was in a tight spot here, but I had so many cards in hand, and I knew I could change the game around if I played right, so I was being super careful. Yeah, there you go. I have to explain to him that I'm thinking. Yeah, I mean, I had 7 cards in hand. So I had many options. And not 1 repeated card. So yeah. Do I play the combo? Oh, I'm tempted. Okay, I'll make a 6k swing. Was hoping to bait a 2k counter, but did not work. I'm like, okay, let's take away and make the page 1, the ulti page 1 combo. And there you go. I take away a swing and put a blocker. So this is probably the best you can see about the late game build. Which is just to make this. I don't know, man. So I had 7 done and now I'm down to 3. Man, 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 oh man. And then he plays Sasaki, and I'm like, wait, do you have nothing to play in hand? I was like, maybe he's desperate to go for a game here. So this is a good demonstration of the strengths of going for more of a late game build. So now you know the reason why I kept specifically these two matches. Blue Purple Kaido always give me somewhat of good demonstrations. He plays a queen, fine. He gets the draw, discard 1 effect. Here I'm like, nah, I can't take that last life. He has too much board. Again, I'm making a... yeah, because that Kaido is a problem, but also is the queen. At this point I was thinking, I don't believe I can go for a game here, man. But I did not have anything to go for board. Yeah. Oh, here I do a little bit of mind games. I'm like, okay, I just deplete the Kaido and the blocker. Let's see if I can bait something. If I can bait the easy block. So if he does use the blocker, I'll use my effect for Kaido. If he does not use the blocker, maybe I could use for the blocker, you know? Let's see how he reacts to my swings first. I remember this. I remember kind of feeling... it was not a bad play, actually, because I ended up playing a good amount of mind games. Here I'm like, okay, now it's the time. He lets it go, and I'm like, okay, let's take away the Kaido and play the Vepo. We keep the blocker. We're fine. We are fine. And now he's down to 1 life. So yeah, playing the Kaido and the blocker kind of made a little bit of mind games because he knew I was going for Kaido, and then I just started to go for life. So yeah, kind of messed his head up a little bit. Not a bad play. I do have some plays of brilliance. Very rare. Very rare, but yeah. Sometimes mind games work so well. And there you go, there's the ace on my hand, the break. I don't know, man, I just don't use the card. I can't use this card. It'll be set in my hand forever. No. So he gets the search. I thought he was looking for the Kaido, for another Kaido. Because if he had another Kaido, he could just go for a game by taking away my blocker. He then attaches one. I'm like, okay, he did not draw it, obviously. I could see that he drew Sasaki. And I'm like, okay, thank God. I mean, Jesus. Getting 2 Rush Kaido drops on 2 games. I'll protect my 6k swinger with my blocker. So I know he does not go for life. Because here's the thing. If he goes for life here, I don't have any counters. So yeah, he makes sure to go for board. There you go. Now I don't have many done. And I'm like, okay, we need to go for a game here. Make his 5k swing. I was trying to go for a game, but I made a 5k swing, so like, okay, if he counters out of this, I probably can't go for a game. But I still go. Because I had the blocker kid, which is a card I wanted to play. So I was very iffy. I'm like, okay. We'll play this, take away, we cannot play anything, and we have that extra Dawn to attach for a 6k swing. I go for board here. And if I was praying that he did not have the... oh, damn! I I got a better outcome there, I thought of. If he did not have the 9 rush Kaido, if I was praying for him to not have it, on this turn I was praying even more. So yeah. But the fact that I was taking so long for him to play here, I was like, okay, he does not have the 9 rush Kaido, so we're probably fine. We probably win next turn. He makes a swing. He goes for board, so I'm like, okay, you cannot go for game this turn. Thank God, we win. He makes another 8k swing. I'm like, holy damn. I'm like, okay, time to go for game. I'm like, let's see. I was trying to do... I was thinking about starving him, but it's probably not a good idea. I do make a 5k swing. He takes, and I'm like, okay. Okay, I'll just go for a game here. 12. There you go. Was a good 2 matches, but yeah, I do not like the non-rush strategy, man. Just give... Look, I did not even play my event Red Law, my boy. Yeah, here I was, because I was playing, I did have class in the afternoon and I had to go. So yeah, there you go. Trish, hello, thank you for staying so late into the video. I hope you have enjoyed. And first of all, I just want to thank you guys. As for the recording of the video, we have 150 subscribers. Thank you so much. I didn't think that I would get any attention at all. And although this seems a very low number in today's YouTube's comparison, I'm still very happy that I'm getting so much engagement for you guys. So in this a little bit, I'm just gonna answer 3 comments in specific that I believe go directly into the theme of this video in specifically about the red purple law strategy. So for the first comment, goalkeepers asked me, hey mate, I am thinking to build Hitokiri Kamazu from the OP01 into my red purple law deck. In my opinion, I can counter Sakazuki and NL very hard with this card. What are your thoughts? So I did answer him. I answered all of these comments, but I decided to shout them out in this video. This video was to supposedly say, if something works for you, go for it. And don't be afraid to try. Because, Hitokiri Kamazu is actually a very interesting suggestion. Because as for the recording of this video, there's already another top 1 OP06 red purple law deck that plays the new version of this specific card. Which is pretty much, instead of destroying a 5 cost or less for discarding 1 Dawn, it destroys a 2 cost or less for 1 Dawn, and it's a 2k counter. So I actually, when I got this comment, I went to look at the card, and I actually preferred that card over the new gen card. So yeah, don't be afraid to try out these strategies, go for it, just try it out. Again, decklists are very subjective to your playstyle and to your locals. If you see more Sakazukis, maybe you want to play more of this card, and if you don't see him much, maybe don't play it. But I still believe Hitokiri Kamazu at 2 copies should be very good. Another comment, I'm starting to get a lot of these comments is, I'm just gonna shout this one out, which is Jean Adrian Torres, which asks, is there a card that can replace that Queen card? I did have a similar comment about Stank with my boy Stank Bateman, which is more active subscriber, thank you so much, which asks about the Queen and Gordon cards. These 2 cards are very expensive, I understand that. Unfortunately, these 2 cards are, in my opinion, staple. Before I started the channel, I was trying around with red purple law, and these 2 cards were very expensive for me, so I was trying to go around. Unfortunately, for the red purple law to stand a chance in the meta, you kinda need these 2 cards. But I do have some suggestions over when I was trying. One of them for Queen is Wire, which is, instead of drawing 2 cards, is whenever you discard a Dawn, you draw 1 card and you discard 1 card, I believe. So yeah, he's not as strong as Queen, but he's still a blocker, and he does draw you some cards in some effect. Other cards to replace Queen are like Chopper, if you just want a blocker, and Chopper is a 1 cost, so you can use your ability. You can drop Chopper and have more Dawn to use your ability instead of the 5 cost Queen. And the other card is Khalifa, which has the queen effect exactly every time she attacks, and she's a 2k counter, but she's not a blocker. So you can consider her as well. As for Gordon, in the video, Tank Bateman did say this before my video on the OP06 law dropped, and I did tell him that Max was coming out in OP06, and it's the replacement of Gordon. It's the exact same effects, everything is the exact same. It's not expensive because of it's not an event only card like Gordon, but it only comes out in OP06. So to try and change a bit from Gordon here in OP05, maybe try to play more Gamma Knives, maybe more 2k counters, try to go a bit more to try and cover your weaknesses, like the 2k counters there for Khalifa, so you can keep some consistency and 2k counters. But yeah, maybe play more, if you like my style, which is aggressive, you do need the Gordons. Try to compensate for that, is playing maybe more Gamma Knives and maybe other cards that deplete power so you can use your effect. But yeah, I understand Gordon is very expensive, but it does adapt well to my strategy. So there you go. Another comment here is the Asian Artifact Full. Sorry if I pronounced it wrong. I don't think I did. Which is, I think the purple Luffy matchup is a lot harder when they starve you. I have been playing your deck against my friends, and if I don't get the Law Searcher when they starve me, it seems like an instant lose. Yes, the starve is something I really want to talk about, because the starve technique is coming up more and more in games. I believe Bello Betty kind of shouted out this strategy, so people are understanding that starving the enemy and controlling their cards in hand, it's so OP, because you know what they have in board, and if you know if they have little cards in hand, you can control their board better, and you control how many attacks they defend better by starving them. And Bello Betty is a card that you can starve. The way you counter the deck is starving. So I believe with the come up of Bello Betty, this little mix up in strategy came up more, and I've been abusing it as well with the Red Purple Law. I would also like to tell just a little story, which is I had a friend here over my house. I was playing Red Green Law, not the Red Purple Law, because I still don't have the cards, and he was playing Red Luffy. I don't know, playing against my friend, I don't get good hands. Like, I don't see Namis, I don't see... It's very weird, but yeah, I do joke around with him about getting a debuff every time I play him. But yeah, but I almost came back from the game by starving him, instead of going for lives, starving him little by little. And I only lost that game because of two things. Instead of going for game, I went for board, and I attached many dons to go for board instead of going for game. And he got a lucky trigger of Jet Pistol with that Red Luffy. This starving works very well. I did answer this comment about this strategy starting to get more and more popular, and you should use it with Red Purple Law, because Red Purple Law, you just have many attacks to pick from. And if you can control your attacks, you can starve so much well and just do so much mental games with your opponent. But the idea of Purple Luffy, if they starve you, they kind of need to starve you early game. If they try to starve you mid or even late game, you're just gonna build so much board early game that the starve won't connect as much, because that means they cannot go for lives and need to go for board, and you just have so much board that you can control their board. So it's much harder on mid to late game. They can do it, and if they had kind of the right hand to do it, then obviously they'll go to do it, and that'll be hard for you. But if they don't do it early game, then you're safe from that. When they do it early game, you need to catch on to that early. And that means instead of pressuring them, you just build board normally. Don't use your ability, just play simple. Play one card, maybe swing with your leader, because your leader is always a free swing, and then just pass turn. That's it. You have to have a gut feeling at some point, and that gut feeling comes with experience. So you'll pick up that they're trying to do that on early game, and you're just like, okay, let's just play a little bit more simple. Build board, attack only with leader, maybe don't even attack at all, and go for the starve yourself. Yeah, another thing that I want to say before I go is I'm having a lot of beginner players come to me with Red Purple Law, and they are thanking me for giving him some tips, and I'm very grateful for that. I just want to make something clear. I am in no means a professional player or even an advanced player at that. I'm just a guy who enjoys Red Purple Law a lot and loves to make Red Purple Law content and just play the deck. I have so much fun with the deck. And the idea of the channel, it's a little project where if you guys see my very first video when you get into my channel page, is that the idea of the channel is for me to get better. And so I do my research, I do my games, and the idea to put it into the channel is just to document the research I do. And then people can come up and kind of interact with me about that research that I do. And I've been getting attention with that, so I'm very thankful. This is working super well. I am super happy that you guys tell me these ideas and the ideas of your strategies, and to me that makes my research every day and the games I play every day so much more enjoyable, because now I'm starting to think more, I want to say like a YouTuber, man, where I try to come up with more fun ideas to tell you guys about. So yeah, I believe this was a very long rant, but thank you so much for watching, and goodbye. Subscribe if you like this content, subscribe if you like Red Purple Law, like the video. Bye bye.